Why are you grabbing at it? Serve my mom first. For 3 years, your mom treated me like a maid while you stood by and watched. What right do you have to hit me? I'm your husband. So what if I hit you? If you don't like it, then divorce me. Fine, let's get divorced. Whoever backs out is a coward. Less than a day after the divorce, my mother-in-law threw a lavish banquet at 50 grand a table. But when my husband tried to pay the 2.5 million bill with my card, the terminal said it was frozen. Mom, Su Mengyun and I are divorced. Really? Yeah, we just finished the paperwork. Mengyun already moved out. Great! That woman is finally gone! Let's book a hotel and celebrate for 3 days straight! I may have moved out, but our game was only just beginning. Yunnan International Hotel? I want your largest ballroom. 50 grand a table, 50 tables. We're celebrating my son's return to single life. Ha 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 ha. Mom, I just got divorced. Do we really need to make such a big deal of it? Of course we do. Out with the old, in with the new. I told you before, Su Mengyun was just an ordinary woman who held you back for 3 years. Now that you're divorced, I'll introduce you to Ms. Chow. Mom, what's the rush? How could I not be in a rush? The Chow family is worth billions. Men line up from here to France for Ms. Chow. If you marry her, our family will hit the jackpot. Ha ha ha! So, is everything settled? My son just finished the paperwork and Su Mengyun has moved out. I booked a hotel. I want everyone to know the He family is finally rid of that jinx. Ha ha ha. What package did you book? 50 grand a table, 50 tables. If we're doing this, we're doing it in style. Let all our relatives see how rich the He family is. Ha 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 ha. 50 grand a table? That's 2.5 million. 50 grand a table, 50 tables. If we're doing this, we're doing it in style. Let all our relatives see how rich the He family is. Ha 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 ha. 50 grand a table? That's 2.5 million. Who cares? Su Mengyun is gone, so the family fortune is ours. What's 2.5 million? Oh. Thank you all for coming to witness Jingchuan's fresh start. Cheers! The He family is finally rid of that jinx. When my son gets together with Ms. Chow, that'll be a truly perfect match. Congrats on the divorce, Jingchuan. Yeah, Su Mengyun was obviously never good enough for him. Fang, you're going to have it made now. Of course. The He family's good days are just beginning. Mr. He, today's total for the ballroom is 2.5 million. Charge this card. Mengyun, one last use of your card. Call it bringing things full circle. The card was actually frozen. Mr. He, this card is frozen. Do you have another one? Impossible, try it again. I'm sorry, it really is frozen. What's going on? The card is frozen. Isn't the He family rich? How can they not even pay for dinner? Didn't they say they had plenty of money after the divorce? What nonsense are you talking about? Use mine. Ms. Fang, your card doesn't have enough funds. Impossible. Is your machine broken? The machine is working. Do you have another way to pay? He Jingchuan, the card's frozen. Surprised? Su Mengyun, what is this? You froze the card right after the divorce just to humiliate the He family, didn't you? Mrs. Fang, 3 years ago, you made me sign a prenuptial property agreement stating that none of the He family's assets belonged to me. I signed it. You agreed to it. Nobody forced you. Then you said Mr. He was ill and needed quiet, so you put me in a small room downstairs. Later, you had the staff pile all their junk in there. I stayed anyway. Mengyun, for 3 years, I got up at 5 every morning to make you porridge. You said it was too thin and dumped it in the trash in front of me. You threw away the fruit I bought because it wasn't fresh enough. On your birthday, you opened the handmade cashmere shawl I gave you in front of everyone, called it cheap, and threw it on the floor. Stop playing the victim. What daughter-in-law doesn't take care of her in-laws? You held a grudge for 3 years over cooking and buying a few things? Yes, none of that is what mattered. Then what else do you want to say? The person who hurt me most was you. Mengyun, I know these 3 years were hard on you. No, you don't. You never stood up for me, not once. I was caught between you and Mom. It wasn't easy for me either. You weren't caught in the middle. You simply let me make all the sacrifices. I never meant to sacrifice you. I gave you countless chances over 3 years, but you never chose me once. So you had a smaller room and heard a few harsh words. Now you're putting on this pitiful act. Who are you performing for? Me, pitiful? Without me, the He family would have collapsed years ago. Huh. What do you mean? 3 years ago, He Innovations ran out of cash. A 300 million investment saved you. Know who made it? Yunmeng Capital. Why bring that up? Are you saying that money had something to do with you? Yes, Yunmeng Capital is mine. Impossible. You're just an ordinary employee at Yunmeng Capital. When did I ever say I was an ordinary employee? You saw my plain clothes and no luxury car, so you decided I came from nothing. Stop talking nonsense. If Yunmeng Capital is really yours, prove it. 3 years ago, He Innovations ran out of cash. Yunmeng Capital's Voyage Fund invested 300 million and saved you. The second time, your core supply chain collapsed and the company had less than 2 months of payroll left. My Dawn Fund bailed you out. The third time, an overseas project failed and He Innovations nearly filed for bankruptcy. My Starlight Fund invested another 300 million. In just 3 years, I invested a full 900 million in He Innovations. How do we know you didn't forge those documents? Call your finance department and find out whether they're fake. Chen, tell me where the 3 investments that saved the company came from. Chen, I asked where the 3 investments that saved the company came from. Chairman, the first came from Yunmeng Capital's Voyage Fund. The other 2 came from the Dawn Fund and the Starlight Fund. Who made the final investment decisions? The internal approval records for all 3 investments were signed by Ms. Su Mengyun. Mengyun, did you really approve all 3 investments? Yes. So Mengyun has been keeping He Innovations afloat all these years. The He family drove out their real benefactor as if she were a poor daughter-in-law. Shut up! Even if you invested the money, why didn't you tell us sooner? Isn't that marriage fraud? When my father died, relatives who hadn't contacted us in years suddenly tried to get close to me. Business partners and even my friends suddenly took an interest in my love life. I knew they were only being nice because of my money. So you deliberately hid your identity and kept people from knowing you were the heir to Yunmeng Capital. I only wanted real love. Someone who wanted me for me, not my money. I once thought you were the true love I wanted, but you let me down. How did I let you down? You changed so much over these 3 years. Jingchuan never changed. You're the one who changed. Really? 5 years ago, at least he knew right from wrong. Ms. Su, you're only an investment analyst at Yunmeng Capital. We develop core algorithms and intelligent control systems. Do you really understand the technical side? Your test data shows system response times above the design limit, and the safety module crashed 3 times. If you can't fix those issues, Yunmeng can't invest in this project. They're just a few test results. What do they prove? You're a little girl who knows nothing about technology, so stop pretending to be an expert. She's right, those issues matter. Investment reviews are about the proposal, not who shouts the loudest. Thanks for what you did back there. I wasn't trying to help you. The problems you identified were real. Aren't you afraid of offending them? If engineers won't even admit there's a problem, the project is bound to fail. Everyone else stayed silent that day. You were the only one who spoke up for me. You didn't ask who I was. You only cared whether I was right. Then why did you agree to the divorce? Because you changed after we got married. The first time your mom threw out my breakfast, you told me to let it go. The first time she humiliated my gift in public, you said she was just being harsh. When she filled my room with junk, you said your dad was sick and asked me to endure it a little longer. Mengyun, I just wanted some peace in this family. Your idea of peace was making me give in again and again. You knew your mom wouldn't change, so you sacrificed the person who loved you more. I never thought things would turn out this way. I didn't marry you to test you. I married you because I trusted you. But you disappointed me again and again for 3 years, until I finally realized you weren't my true love. Why did you give me this card? It originally had 5 million on it. 5 million? I planned to leave it all to you after the divorce so we could end these 3 years on good terms. But on the day we divorced, I received a voice message. What message? Jingchuan, is the divorce agreement signed? Once that loser moves out, I'll set you up with Ms. Chow. The Chows are real old money. Don't be stupid again. Marry her, and the He family will never worry about money again. Mom, when did you send that message? I was doing it for you. You're already divorced. Were you supposed to stay single for her forever? The Chows are worth billions, and Ms. Chow is young and beautiful. What was wrong with arranging it in advance? So I changed my mind. Su Mengyun, what are you gonna do? I've frozen the card, and I'm taking back all 5 million. I'd rather donate it than leave the He family a single cent. What gives you the right? You pretended to be poor and deceived us for 3 years. Now you're using money to humiliate us. I never pretended to be poor. I wanted to see how the He family would treat someone who truly loved He Jingchuan when she appeared to have nothing. Now I know. What right do you have to judge us? I invested 900 million in the He family over 3 years and carried you through 3 crises. In return, you gave me a room full of junk, breakfast dumped in the trash, and a shawl thrown on the floor. You did all that willingly. Nobody forced you. Yes, I did it willingly. That's why I'm not here for your gratitude or to force an apology. I'm here to tell you that I, Su Mengyun, owe the He family nothing for these past 3 years. Mengyun, I really didn't know about that message. You don't need to know, you just need to remember today. Su Mengyun, stop right there. You hid your identity and married into our family. What gives you the right to just walk away? From today on, The He family's business, debts, and private lives have nothing to do with me. Yunmeng Capital will never cover another shortfall for He Innovations, and the He family will never get another cent from me. She thinks having a little money lets her walk all over us. So what if she invested 900 million? It was an investment, not a gift. Mom, stop talking. Haven't we been humiliated enough tonight? Am I wrong? She hid her identity for 3 years, and now she's humiliating us in front of every relative. She planned this from the start. Enough! Why are you yelling at me? Go win her back and make her put the 5 million back on the card. Wasn't she clear enough? She won't give the He family another cent. She can't just refuse. She was married to you for 3 years. He Innovations is half her family, too. Chairman He, Chengxing Tech, just sent a letter proposing a strategic investment and controlling acquisition. They want to begin financial, legal, and technical due diligence as soon as possible. Chengxing Tech? Isn't that controlled by Yunmeng Capital? Yes, the letter says they'll decide whether to make a controlling acquisition offer after the review. She really planned this. You just got divorced and she's already trying to take our company. Email me the letter. Tell every executive to return to the office for an immediate meeting. Controlling acquisition proposal. Don't even read it. Reject it. She's trying to swallow He Innovations while we're short on cash. It's only an initial proposal, not a formal offer. I don't care what it is. Her people are not coming into this company. Mom, Dad, calm down. I'll call Meng Yun. She isn't answering. Keep calling, Mr. He. Whether Ms. Su answers isn't the main issue. The company is about to run out of cash. How much cash do we have left? Based on payroll, vendor payment terms, and project expenses, we can last 27 days at most. Less than a month. If no new funding comes in by the end of the month, we may not even make next month's payroll. 2 vendors are already demanding early payment, and last quarter's project bonuses for the R&D center still haven't been paid. Prioritize payroll. Reschedule vendor payments by urgency. Even if we freeze all non-essential spending, we'll still face a cash shortfall by month's end. What about the bank loans? All 3 partner banks rejected our renewal applications. Why? We've worked with them for years. They can't just cut us off. The banks say we've relied on outside investment to survive 3 cash crises, while operating cash flow has stayed negative for the past 2 years. Under their new criteria, He Innovations no longer qualifies for loan renewal. Then offer a higher interest rate. Isn't more money what they want? They rejected us because of the risk. Does risk matter more than the interest they'd make? Our company still has all these patents and projects. Dad, call the head of the bank again. There may still be room to negotiate. President Liu, we've worked together for years. Why is there no room to discuss our loan renewal? Chairman He, it's not that I don't want to help. Your company's operating cash flow, client stability, and debt ratio have all crossed our risk limits. I personally guaranteed the last loan. That's exactly why I have to warn you. You have very few assets left that qualify as collateral. You even mortgaged the He family villa for the last emergency loan. If you can't repay it when it comes due, the bank will have to seize the property by law. What? You mortgaged the villa? When did you mortgage our home? The last time the company ran out of cash, that loan was the only reason He Innovations lasted until Yunmeng Capital's 3rd investment arrived. Why didn't you tell me something this important? What good would that have done? Besides spending money and keeping up appearances, what solution could you offer? Mr. Wang, weren't we supposed to discuss funding this afternoon? Chairman He, I'm sorry, but we'll have to cancel today's meeting. Is it a scheduling issue, or is there a problem with the proposal? Chairman He, the other 2 firms also canceled their meetings this week. Not one of them will come. No firm is willing to enter formal negotiations right now. Zhao, we've known each other for years. He Innovations is just short on cash right now. Lend us enough to get by and we'll repay you with interest as soon as our project payments come in. Fang, it's not that I don't value our friendship. I had my team review your company, and this is too risky to touch right now. We have technology, patents, and plenty of clients. How is that too risky? He Innovations has had negative cash flow for years. The banks have stopped lending, and management has no rescue plan. Worst of all, contracts with 3 key clients are about to expire. Lending you money now isn't helping you bridge a gap. It's asking me to gamble on a risk I can't even measure. If you're willing to help, the interest is negotiable. This isn't about the interest, I simply can't take that risk. We have technology, patents, and plenty of clients. How is that too risky? He Innovations has had negative cash flow for years. The banks have stopped lending, and management has no rescue plan. Worst of all, contracts with 3 key clients are about to expire. Lending you money now isn't helping you bridge a gap. It's asking me to gamble on a risk I can't even measure. If you're willing to help, the interest is negotiable. This isn't about the interest, I simply can't take that risk. That's not what you used to say. Yunmeng Capital used to be there to bail out He Innovations. Now that your safety net is gone, who's still willing to do business with you? They're all ungrateful. He's right. The problem isn't that people won't help. It's that the company has nothing anyone can believe in. Why are you always taking an outsider's side? Did your heart leave with Su Mengyun when you divorced her? Mom, don't you get it yet? The He family was never that powerful. Mengyun was the one keeping us afloat. I don't believe that. The He family will survive without her. Chairman He, all 3 key clients sent notices. They want proof of performance funding and a future R&D investment plan within 3 days. What if we can't provide them? They'll refuse to renew and reopen the contracts for public bidding. They require proof of funds covering at least 6 months of project expenses. Our current finances don't come close. All 3 clients also want us to guarantee no cuts to the R&D budget next year. We can barely make payroll as it is. How can we guarantee R&D spending? That's why they want to reassess our ability to deliver. Call the clients and tell them. He Innovations has never delayed a project in all our years together. That's because whenever we ran into trouble, Yunmeng Capital always stepped in with funding. Then make Su Mengyun keep investing. She already said she won't give the He family another cent. She said that out of anger. After 3 years of marriage, she won't really leave us to die. Jingchuan, go sweet talk her. Maybe she'll remarry you and keep investing in us. Mom, will that really work? The company is about to collapse. It has to. Now go. Fine, I'll try. I'm He Jingchuan. I'd like to see Su Mengyun. Mr. He, do you have an appointment? No. Tell her I need to discuss something very important with her in person. Miss Su's schedule is full today. I can't arrange a meeting without an appointment. I can wait. Assistant Joe, He wants to see Ms. Su about an important personal matter. Mr. He. And you are? I'm Ms. Su's assistant. Whatever you need, you can tell me. I want to speak with Mengyun in person. About what? That's between me and her. For matters concerning the acquisition of He Innovations, contact the Changsing Tech project team. If it's personal, I'm sorry, but Ms. Su has no time for that right now. Who are you to reject me for her? I'm not rejecting you for her. Ms. Su instructed us not to discuss any personal matters. I can wait until she's willing to see me. That's your choice. But this is a workplace, not somewhere you wait for your ex-wife to come home. Does she really not even want to look at me? Mr. He, the divorce papers are signed. Ms. Su has her own work and her own life now. All of He Innovations' historical investment records are ready. Changsing Tech can begin due diligence at any time. What's the project team's initial assessment? The technical team is worth retaining and the core patents have value, but the company's cash flow, internal controls, and management decisions are serious problems. During the first investment, He Innovations' new product failed in development, and the bank was ready to call its loans. The investment committee said the risk was too high, but you insisted on assessing the technology. Their technical approach was sound. They just lacked the funding to complete the final round of testing. The second time, the supply chain collapsed and projects couldn't be delivered. The board had already rejected further investment, but your personal guarantee got the second special fund approved. Jingchuan had just become general manager. I thought once the company stabilized, he'd slowly learn to take responsibility. The third time, an overseas project lost money. You stopped defending the He family's management and only asked us to save the R&D team. By the third time, I no longer believed the He family would change. I just didn't want the people doing the real technical work to go down with management. So are we still moving forward with the acquisition? Yes, but on 3 conditions. First, we won't lowball them because of my personal history with the He family. Second, we won't privately contact any He Innovations clients still under contract. Third, employee placement and retention of the technical team must be formal terms of the acquisition. Understood. I want the parts of He Innovations that have real value. This isn't commercial revenge, and I'm not trying to humiliate the He family. I'll bring the Changsing Tech project team in today to begin formally. Chairman He, under the confidentiality agreement signed by both sides, will begin phase 1 of our due diligence on He Innovations today. How long will it take? Finance and legal should take 7 business days. The technical review depends on how complete the records are. Don't think being inside the company means you can snoop through whatever you want. We'll only review materials covered by the agreement. If He Innovations refuses to provide required documents, Changxing Tech may end the review. Cooperate according to the agreement. Contact the corporate secretary for anything you need from each department.
Jingchuan!
Mom, this isn't the time for a scene. If we're afraid of due diligence, the shareholders will only suspect we have something to hide. This first document list covers 3 years of financial statements, major contracts, loan guarantees, and ownership records for the core patents. I'll have every department prepare them. Starting now, Changxing Tech will reassess He Innovations' true value. Chairman He, all 3 clients responded. Did they accept our supplemental materials? No. Our proof of funds didn't meet their requirements. Once the 3 contracts expire, they won't renew directly with He Innovations. We've always handled the projects. The technical and delivery teams haven't changed. Why won't they even give us a 1-month grace period? They don't believe we can guarantee future R&D spending, so they've opened the contracts for public bidding. Losing all 3 will cut our operating revenue by at least half over the next 6 months. Changxing Tech is bidding too. I knew it. Su Mengyun cut off our funding, then sent Changxing Tech after our clients. She's deliberately driving He Innovations into the ground. The contract's expired. The clients have every right to seek new bids. I don't care. Call them now and say they've worked with He Innovations for years. They can't just replace us. Mom, we can't even prove we have the funds to perform. What right do we have to demand they stay? The results are in for all 3 public bids. Changxing Tech won every contract. Did they pass compliance review? Yes, all 3 clients' contracts with He Innovations expired normally. What about the He Innovations employees already on those projects? The clients hope to retain as many people familiar with the projects as possible, but those employees still work for He Innovations, so we haven't approached them. Keep that boundary in place. No private recruiting until the equity acquisition is complete. Understood. One more thing. Phase 1 of Changxing Tech's due diligence on He Innovations is complete. What did we find? The cash flow and management issues are worse than expected. But there's good news. The core patents, R&D system, and technical team are worth more than our initial estimate. The formal offer is ready and can be sent to He Innovations tomorrow. It's 30% above the appraised value. She'd never be that generous. There has to be a trap in this offer. The price is already well above what other firms would likely offer, and the employee placement plan is more complete than we expected. She wants the He family company. No amount of money makes that acceptable. We're rejecting this offer. Can you solve our payroll, loan, and client problems? No investors are even willing to talk anymore. I'll speak to Mengyun myself. What else can we do at this point? I have to preserve at least some control for the He family. Mengyun, I came today hoping the He family could keep a few board seats and let Jingchuan remain involved in running the company. Changxing Tech offered 30% above the appraised value, took responsibility for employee placement, and agreed to settle the overdue payments. Those terms are already very generous. Don't push your luck. He Innovations is the work of generations of our family, and Jingchuan has spent years there. If he can't even sit on the board, the He family will truly have nothing left. You can buy the shares, but can't you leave the He family a way out? After the transfer, the family may keep any minority stake it doesn't sell. But control must go to capable people. He Innovations' 3 crises prove that the current management can't solve its problems. What if we refuse? You're free to refuse, but you'll have to bear the consequences yourselves. What did Su Mengyun say? Did she agree to let Jingchuan keep running the company? No. Once Changxing Tech gains control, every management position will be reevaluated. I knew it. She doesn't want to acquire the company. She wants to drive our whole family out. We're not accepting this offer. How much longer can the company last? After losing those 3 key clients, probably even less time than we first estimated. Then ask the Chow family for help. If you get together with Ms. Chow, her family will invest and get us through this. The company's problems can't be fixed by setting up one date. I heard Changxing Tech offered 30% above the appraised value and plans to keep the entire technical team. Yunmeng Capital already saved the company 3 times. The woman who truly kept He Innovations alive was thrown out by the He family for being a poor daughter-in-law. Without Ms. Su, the company would have been gone 3 years ago. What right does the He family have to accuse anyone of stealing the company now? Mr. He, there's still a box in Ms. Sue's old room. Should I throw everything away? Don't touch it! Don't touch a thing! I'm coming home now! Dad needs his blood pressure checked every Wednesday. He has 7 days of medication left, so refill it early. Mom doesn't like sour fruit, and the grapes must be seedless. Jing Chuan has a sensitive stomach and can't drink coffee after 10 p.m. Jing Chuan, today is our first anniversary. I've never found the right time to tell you this. Yunmeng Capital was left to me by my father, and I'm its controlling owner. I didn't mean to hide it. I was just afraid that once you knew, things between us would change. Our second anniversary. Today your mother threw the shawl I gave her on the floor in front of our relatives. You said she was all bark and told me not to take it personally. I was going to give you my first letter, but now I don't know if you're protecting peace in this family or protecting me. She gave me so many chances and I missed every one. She's about to steal our company, and you're still clutching that woman's junk? This isn't junk. It's just a few pieces of paper. She left them on purpose to make you feel guilty. She remembered when Dad took his medicine and what fruit you liked. She remembered everyone in this family, but none of us ever noticed what she liked. If she was so miserable, why didn't she say so sooner? Bringing this up after the divorce is just her way of getting revenge. She did speak up. Every time you humiliated her, she looked at me, and every time I told her to put up with it. Mom, do you still think she's the one who was wrong? That's your problem. What does it have to do with me? If Su Mengyun won't invest, I have another way. The Chow family has deep pockets. If they invest, we won't have to sell He Innovations to Chengsing Tech. I won't trade marriage for an investment. Now you care about principles? We're losing the company and the house, and you're still acting all high and mighty. Ruolin, I've always wanted to formally introduce you to Jing Chuan. He Innovations also has an important project we'd like to discuss with the Chow family. Meilun. The Chow family isn't a charity. They won't fill He Innovations' financial hole over one blind date. Of course, we'll talk in person tomorrow. See? Ms. Chow agreed to meet. If her family invests, Su Mengyun's acquisition is dead. Ruolin, this is He Innovations' latest financing plan. We're only facing a temporary cash shortage. One investment from the Chow family will put us back on track. Mrs. Fang, our investment team reviewed the materials and advised against investing. He Innovations technology has value, but its cash flow has been negative for years. The banks have stopped renewing its loans, and 3 key clients didn't renew their contracts. Once the Chow family invests, the banks and clients will come back. Jing Chuan is young and capable. If you two get together, the He and Chow families will become one. I think you've misunderstood. I never agreed to marry He Jing Chuan. I came today to make that clear. We have no romantic foundation and no plans to marry. And the Chow family won't invest in an insolvent company because of your wishful thinking. Su Mengyun put 900 million into the He family, and you still drove her away. No way am I jumping into that mess. The Chow family formally declines to invest in He Innovations, and please stop telling people about this supposed marriage. Cao Ruolin, you'll regret this. Chairman He, word that the Chow family refused to invest has reached the shareholders. Who leaked it? We don't know yet, but 5 shareholders just filed a joint formal request for an emergency shareholders meeting. Tell Jing Chuan and all management to return to the company immediately. The Chow family refused to invest. The banks won't renew our loans, the clients won't renew their contracts, and no other firm will take the risk. Chairman, hey, what solution do you have left? The Chow family just doesn't understand the project's value yet. Give us more time. I can keep negotiating. Verbal promises mean nothing. We need a signed financing agreement or actual funds in our account. If you still can't show valid proof of funding by 3 p.m. tomorrow, the emergency shareholders meeting will immediately approve Chengsing Tech's controlling acquisition proposal. Fine. We've contacted every bank and investment firm. Our only options left are pledging equity, selling personal assets, or borrowing from relatives. Our shares have fallen sharply since we lost those clients, and the family villa is mortgaged to the bank. Even selling our other assets won't cover the company's shortfall. Then borrow from relatives. They all benefited when the He family was thriving. List everyone we can contact and call them one by one. Dad, even if we scrape together a loan, it'll only buy us a few days. We have no clients and no stable revenue. It won't solve the real problem. As long as the company survives, we still have a chance. Chengsing Tech is willing to keep the technical team and take care of the employees. If we drag this out, we could lose even those terms. You just want to hand the company over to Su Mengyun. I don't want every employee going down with the He family. Auntie, the company just needs a short-term loan. Once the threat of Chengsing Tech's takeover passes, we'll repay you right away. Meilan, it's not that we won't help. Everyone knows your company is about to collapse. Lending you money would be throwing it into a black hole. Because we're family. I'm telling you to accept Chengsing Tech's offer. Stop sinking more money into the company. Stop calling. Not one of our relatives is willing to help. Chairman He, we recalculated your personal assets. Selling every car, piece of jewelry, and liquid investment would cover only a small part of the shortfall. Dad, we're out of options. How much time is left? 3 hours until the shareholders vote. What do we do now? Are we really giving the company to Su Mengyun? If we reject the acquisition, paychecks and operations will stop and every project will be canceled. Hundreds of employees will suffer, not just the He family. You think we should accept? Yes. If we keep stalling, we'll lose the last buyer willing to take over. It's the He family's company. The company doesn't belong only to the He family. It also belongs to every employee who relies on that paycheck to support a family. Chairman He, all the shareholders are here. Let's go to the meeting. As of 3 p.m., management has provided neither a new financing agreement nor any incoming funds. We will now formally vote on Chengsing Tech's controlling acquisition proposal. I object. The He family founded He Innovations. No one has the right to sell it to Su Mengyun. Director Fang, every shareholder has the right to decide what to do with their own shares. You'll all regret selling your shares. We'll regret it more if we keep stalling until the company can't make payroll. Approved. Opposed. The votes in favor have passed the required threshold. Chengsing Tech's controlling acquisition proposal is approved. No! Mingshan, you're the chairman. Say something. Everyone else can sell, but the He family's shares cannot be sold. What good is holding on to a hollow shell that can't make payroll or deliver its projects? Hey Mingshan, have you lost your mind? You just handed the company to Su Mengyun. I'm not handing it to Su Mengyun. I'm giving the employees and the technical team a way to survive. The shareholder vote is confirmed. Both sides will now sign the agreement, verify the debt, and prepare for closing. How long will closing take? About 2 months. During that time, Chengsing Tech will send in a joint management team to stabilize clients, employees, and the supply chain. All right, proceed according to the agreement. Chairman He, there's one more thing. Even if every cent from the He family's share sale goes toward its debts, there will still be a shortfall on the villa's mortgage. What does that mean? It means the He family can't keep the villa. If you don't sell it voluntarily, the bank will eventually seize it by law. We've lost the company, and now we're losing our home too. Can't we negotiate with the bank again? We've lived here for so many years. The mortgage is already past due. Selling voluntarily will at least keep the property out of foreclosure. Su Mengyun took our company, and now we're losing our home because of her too. Mom, don't say that. The villa was mortgaged before she and I divorced, and she didn't cause the company's debt. You're still defending her? I just don't want us blaming her for everything anymore. Jingchuan, the company's gone and we're selling the house. Do you regret it? I do. What good does regret do now? If you'd known she was rich sooner. My biggest regret isn't that I didn't know she was rich. It's that she waited 3 years for me and this family, and not once did I stand by her side. Why are you still keeping all this stuff? It belongs to her. I should return it. She has everything now. You think she cares about a few lousy journals and photos? Whether she cares is up to her, but I owe her an apology. Mr. He, is there a problem with the acquisition? This isn't about the company. Mengyun left these at the He family home. I came to return them. You can give them to me. Okay, wait here, I'll let Ms. Su know. Okay. Ms. Su agreed to see you, but she's giving you only 10 minutes. All right. These are the things you left at the He family home: your journals, photos, and 3 letters. Thank you. I read the letters. You were going to tell me about Yunmeng Capital during our first year of marriage. Why didn't you give me the letter? Because that was the first day your mother told me to my face that marrying into the He family was above my station. You heard her, but only told me not to hold it against her. What about the second letter? On our second anniversary, she threw the shawl I gave her on the floor. You still told me to put up with it. The third letter had only 1 line. I kept waiting for you to choose me just once, but you never did. If you'd told me who you really were, maybe everything would have been different. Hey Jingchuan, I was never waiting for a chance to reveal my identity. I was waiting for you to stand by me even when you didn't know how much money I had. I've spent this whole month thinking that if I could go back 3 years, I'd never let you face all of that alone again. But we can't go back. Mengyun, I'm sorry. Not because of the company or the house, but because I saw how badly they treated you and chose to stay silent every time. I wanted to hear that 3 years ago. Hearing it now isn't too late, though. At least you finally understand what went wrong. Is there any chance we could start over? Mengyun, is there any chance we could start over? No. I know I'm saying this too late. You don't have to forgive me, and you can stay angry. Just give me one more chance. I'm not angry. Then why can't we start over? Because our marriage is over. This wasn't an impulsive decision, and I'm not punishing you. I accept your apology, but accepting it doesn't mean starting over. But we shared 5 years together. That's why I gave you 3 years. He Jingchuan, it's not that you never had a chance. You used up every chance I gave you. Mr. He, your 10 minutes are up. I know. Would you like me to call you a car? No, thank you. You're not taking the 3 letters? No. She wrote them, so she should decide what to do with them. Mengyun, is there any chance we could start over? No. I know I'm saying this too late. You don't have to forgive me, and you can stay angry. Just give me one more chance. I'm not angry. Then why can't we start over? Because our marriage is over. This wasn't an impulsive decision, and I'm not punishing you. I accept your apology, but accepting it doesn't mean starting over. But we shared 5 years together. 5 years. That's why I gave you 3 years. He Jingchuan, it's not that you never had a chance. You used up every chance I gave you. Mr. He, your 10 minutes are up. I know. Would you like me to call you a car? No, thank you. All equity transfer agreements are signed. Both sides have also approved the debt review, employee placement, and joint management plans. What about employee wages? Changsing Tech has opened a dedicated account. Once closing is complete, all back pay and project bonuses will be paid immediately. Don't wait until the last day of closing. Verify the employee list and every amount owed in advance. All right, I'll arrange it. The retention plan for the former management still needs your final signature. Evaluate everyone by the same standard. I care only about ability. Don't remove them all just because their last name is He. Once you sign this document, He Innovations will officially enter the closing period. Let's begin. Why are you packing? I'm moving out. The bank hasn't formally seized the house. We can still stay here a while longer. I rented an apartment. Starting tomorrow, I won't be coming back. We're losing the company and the house, and now you're abandoning your father and me too? Dad arranged temporary housing. You'll both be fine once you move there. Then why can't you live with us? Because I don't want to live like this anymore. Like what? Whenever something goes wrong, everyone blames someone else. The company failed because Mengyun stopped investing. The house was mortgaged because she acquired the company. Even now, you refuse to admit you've ever done anything wrong. Everything I did was for you. I worked so hard to raise you, and now you're blaming me because of Su Mengyun? Consider that slap repayment for raising me. What did you say? Starting today, I won't live by your rules. You disliked Meng Yun, so I made her endure it. You wanted the Chow family's money, so I went on that date. Now the company's gone, and you want me to beg Meng Yun to come back. Mom, I already lost the most important person in my life by listening to you. This time, I won't lose myself too. If you walk out that door, don't ever come back. Fine. Jingchuan! I'll still fulfill my responsibilities towards you, but you no longer get to decide how I live my life. Have you really made up your mind? I have. Your mother says harsh things, but she's hurting too. I'll support her as I should, but I won't go back to the way things were. The buyer formally took control of the company this morning. Starting now, we're operating under a new management system. Are layoffs starting right away? I heard duplicate positions are always the first to go after an acquisition. Let me address everyone's biggest concern. All current employees will remain employed. The acquisition alone will not be grounds for layoffs, and every department will enter a 3-month transition period. The R&D, technical, production, and project delivery teams will remain stable. Administrative and management roles will undergo a unified review, but no one will be asked to leave today. All unpaid wages, project bonuses, and overtime pay will also be issued today. It's really in my account. They paid the project bonus too! Miss Su also asked me to tell you this. Hardworking employees shouldn't pay for past management failures. Chengsing Tech acquired He Innovations not only for its patents and products, but for every person here who creates real value. Wow. Mr. He, all wages and bonuses have been paid. It's day 1 of the acquisition, and every position remains in place. What about the technical team? They're all staying. Several key engineers who planned to leave also agreed to stay and finish their projects. That's good news. Ms. Su kept every promise she made. That's who she is. If she gives her word, she keeps it. The transfer of management authority will be completed tomorrow morning. Your position assessment is also ready. What's the result? Chengsing Tech is willing to retain you as a project advisor, but you will no longer be general manager or sit on the new board. I understand. Are you planning to stay? No. Once the handover is complete, I'll formally resign. 7 projects are still underway. 3 are back to stable delivery, 2 need more investment, and the last 2 face technical problems. I've flagged every issue. One last item. The company seals and highest level system access will all transfer to the new company today. We've verified the entire handover. Mr. He, you may sign your departure papers. You don't need to call me that anymore. Every project and all system access have been handed over. Zhou Shubai already briefed me. Thank you for taking care of the employees. There's no need to thank me. It was a normal business decision. The technical team has value, and employees shouldn't pay for management's mistakes. I understand. Chengsing Tech kept a project advisor position for you. Are you sure you're turning it down? I'm sure. The new management system is in place. If I stay, people will keep seeing the company as the He family's business. What will you do next? I'll find a company that truly needs my abilities and doesn't care what my last name is. Then I wish you the best. Mengyan, thank you for saving what truly mattered at He Innovations. Goodbye. Goodbye. She took our company and drove Jingchuan out. How dare she pretend to be some hero who saved everyone? Editor Cheng, I have a huge story about Yunmeng Capital's controlling owner. Want to hear it? Su Mengyun hid her identity and married into our family to plot her revenge. Do you have direct evidence that she planned to take revenge? Right after the divorce, she had Chengsing Tech acquire He Innovations. Isn't that obvious enough? That's only your theory. You don't have any actual evidence. She cost the He family not only our company, but our villa too. Our reporters found that the villa had already been mortgaged for a company loan before the divorce. You can't blame Su Mengyun for that, so you won't report it? If you can provide evidence of a crime, we'll investigate. But I can't call a legal acquisition an ex-wife's malicious revenge based only on this. She's rich and powerful. Of course, you're all taking her side. Miss Fang, news reports require evidence. We don't believe whoever shouts the loudest. Too scared to report it? Then I'll tell everyone the truth myself. Everyone, look at how Su Mengyun, the controlling owner of Yunmeng Capital, hid her identity to marry into the He family, then seized control of her ex-husband's company after their divorce. She pretended to be ordinary for 3 years. Once we let our guard down, she froze our bank card, cut off our funding, and had Chengsing Tech buy our shares when the company was desperate for cash. Now she pretends she saved the employees, but the He family is the one she left without a company or a home. Sumengyan, if you make me suffer, I won't let you live in peace either. The video has passed 2 million views in 6 hours. At first, some people did question why you hid your identity and acquired your ex-husband's company after the divorce. Where is public opinion now? It's already turning around. Someone recognized Fang Meilan as the mother-in-law who tried to pay with your secondary card at the Yunnan International Hotel banquet. Guests from that night are speaking out and explaining what happened. Fang Meilan booked the banquet herself. At checkout, she and He Jingchuan tried to use Su Mengyun's card, then publicly insulted her when it was frozen. People later learned Su Mengyun's company had saved He Innovations from 3 cash crises. People also found Chengxing Tech's acquisition notice. The independent valuation, 30% premium, and shareholder vote are all public. Former He Innovations employees have started sharing what happened too. Did the company arrange that? No, the employees posted on their own. Don't organize employees to join the argument. Only compile facts the public can verify. Understood. She says Ms. Su deliberately drove the company under, but who paid our back wages and bonuses? Yunmen Capital carried us through 3 cash crises. How can she claim Ms. Su destroyed He Innovations? I won't comment on Ms. Su's marriage. I'll only share what I saw. After Chengxing Tech completed the acquisition, every unpaid wage, project bonus, and overtime payment was settled. They're all paid trolls. Su Mengyun bought every one of them. Mom, delete the video now. I won't. If she's hiding in her office and won't explain herself, I'll go find her myself. Stop making a scene. She won't see me? Fine. I'll bring people to block the entrance to Yunmen Capital and see how long she can hide. Su Mengyun, get out here. Stop hiding inside and pretending you can't hear me. Ma'am, please don't block the public walkway. I'm here to see my former daughter-in-law. This is none of your business. Tell her to come down. Ms. Su has no meeting scheduled with you. Move away from the entrance and stop obstructing employees. She stole the He family's company and still keeps me outside. Bring her down here. Does being rich and powerful give her the right to bully people? Su Mengyun owes the He family an explanation. This is a workplace. Blocking the entrance is keeping everyone from getting to work. You're all Su Mengyun's lapdogs. That's her, right? She booked a banquet she couldn't pay for, then tried to use her former daughter-in-law's card. Mind your own business. Turn off that phone. Ma'am, stop causing a disturbance. We've already called the police. The entrance has been blocked for 20 minutes. Security's warnings haven't worked, the police are on their way, and the live stream audience is still growing. Should we have you respond downstairs? No. She isn't here to solve anything. If I go down, I'll only give her another chance to harass me. The official statement is ready. State only 3 points. The acquisition followed an independent valuation and shareholder vote. Chengxing Tech gained no special benefit from the marriage, and the company reserves the right to pursue legal action over false claims and disruption of its workplace. Publish it. All right. Tell all employees not to argue with anyone outside. Security should only maintain order and avoid physical conflict. Preserve every live stream and all surveillance footage. It's already arranged. I want to see Su Mengyun. If she doesn't come out, I'm not leaving today. She isn't required to accept a meeting you force on her. You're disrupting normal business operations. Please cooperate and leave. She's the one breaking the law. She stole our company and cost us our home. Why aren't you arresting her? Stop! I'm going to see her today, no matter what. You've refused to follow instructions. Come with us for questioning. We confirmed that you organized a group to block an office building entrance, refused repeated orders to leave, and shoved people. You will receive an official administrative warning. I was only trying to see my former daughter-in-law. If she'd come down, none of this would have happened. Economic or civil disputes can be handled through attorneys, lawsuits, or lawful mediation. You cannot block an entrance and cause a disturbance. So many people online are attacking me. She must have hired trolls. If you believe your rights were violated, use legal channels. If you block entrances, organize crowds, or cause another disturbance, you will face more serious legal consequences. Contact Su Mengyun right now. Tell her to withdraw the legal notice and delete that statement. The legal notice was for your false video. The statement was because you brought people to block her office. Why should she withdraw either one? I'm your mother. She drove me all the way to the police station and you won't say one word for me? You shoved past security and tried to force your way into the building. No one made you do that. Now you won't even do this one thing for me? I can't contact her for you anymore. Why not? Because we're divorced. I have no right to use our past relationship to make her excuse your behavior. So you'll just stand by and let her sue me? You said those things in the video. What you need to do now is delete it. Issue a public correction and stop spreading those claims. I didn't say anything wrong. Then give your evidence to a lawyer and prove it in court. Don't ask me to beg her for mercy. You're abandoning your own mother for that woman. If you keep this up, you'll only make things worse. Fine. I'll delete it. I want to clarify that Chenxing Tech acquired He Innovations following a third-party valuation and shareholder vote. I was wrong to claim that it deliberately lowballed and forcibly seized the company. Fang Meilan deleted every related video and posted a correction. What do the PR numbers show? Negative sentiment has fallen sharply. Legal recommends holding off on a lawsuit but preserving the evidence, so we can act immediately if this happens again. Follow legal's recommendation. Fang Meilan also asked through her lawyer to apologize to you privately. There's no need to meet. Whether she's truly sorry is her own concern. Understood. This matter is over. Tomorrow's product launch is what matters now. Please welcome Ms. Su Mengyun, controlling owner of Yunmeng Capital and head of Chenxing Tech. A few months ago, we completed the integration of He Innovations' core technology system. This integration changed more than Chenxing Tech. It also changed an R&D team that nearly lost its projects and jobs in a business crisis. Every core team member stayed, all unpaid wages, bonuses, and allowances were settled, and 3 new product lines officially launched. Starting today, Chenxing Tech will prove this team's true value through its products and results. Ms. Su, you've rarely appeared in public. Why reveal your identity as the controlling owner now? After a major integration, the ultimate decision maker must be accountable to employees, clients, and partners. I went public because that responsibility requires it, not for personal attention. Some still believe acquiring your ex-husband's family business was an act of personal revenge. How do you respond? No company's value should ever be determined by a marriage. Look at her showing off. She bought a company and just had to flaunt it in front of everyone. Why did you turn off the TV? The company ended up this way because we failed to run it properly, not because Mengyun hurt us. If she hadn't stopped investing, how could the company have? She already saved He Innovations 3 times. No one is obligated to keep filling our financial holes forever. She never owed the He family anything. We're the ones who owe her. If you keep blaming her for every mistake, we'll never understand why we lost. With your experience, you could join a much larger company. This project manager role is a big step down from being a general manager. I don't mind. Why are you willing to start over as an ordinary project manager? Many of the positions I held before weren't earned through my own ability. This time, I want to find out what I can truly accomplish. Then welcome aboard. Thanks. Manager He, can we start the meeting? Let's begin. The first batch of orders for the new product is confirmed. The R&D team is waiting for you in the conference room. What's the client's delivery deadline? 6 months. The technical team says it'll be tight, but they can do it. Then list every risk and resource gap. Don't make the team burn themselves out to solve the problems. Understood. Ms. Su, the past is finally over. Yeah, it's over. We still have a long road ahead.